What a shame.
Ring, 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 ding a ding, ring a ding, ding, ring a ding, ring a ding, ring a ding, ring a ding, a ding, a ring, 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 ring a ding.
pain.
Fruity, 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 fruity.
Good evening, 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 and welcome
to game night this Saturday evening, the 24th of May. It is just coming up to 8:20 here in the UK, and I hope you are all doing splendidly well. Lovely to have you all with us. And thank you to Zeus, I believe in absentia, for that pack of Plinko. Lots of fun. What a charitable machine at the end there, turning on win mode for us all. Hope you got some nice pennies out of that, and that you are all ready and raring to go as we load into our first headline game for this evening, which is Red Herrings. It has been written by Lupine, who made a fleeting appearance before going off to make a salad. Maybe we'll see a bit more of them later on, but very many thanks to Lupine for writing this pack, and indeed to Topper for proofing it. How's everyone doing? Good weekend so far? I hope nothing untoward has ailed you. Speaking of charitable, can I suggest a raid target for later, please? By all means, JR. Who would you like to suggest? And I will load them up in my window. I'm not making any guarantees, and it's not an IOU, not a guarantee. We'll see who else is live at the time. But by all means, let's. What? Zeus on the new kids. Desert Bus is doing a 24-hour run raise money for BC Cancer Foundation. Okay, I will keep a hardy eye on them on another window. Good lord, they've got 1,700 viewers, which is quite a lot of viewers. 18 and a half hours into a 24-hour charity stream, so well, that's great. We'll keep an eye on them. JR, remind me later on. I've got them open in the background, but remind me later on, and maybe we'll go give them a raid a bit later on. Watched Dog 2 earlier, went to Tesco, nothing much else to report. Finally had a bit of... We had a bit of rain, which made parkrun a little bit spongy this morning, just a little bit. 7 seconds off my PB this morning, so I was very happy. Sub 24 for only the second time, so sub 24 5k, very happy with that. Played at a wedding this afternoon, which was tremendous fun, and lovely service. Thank you, Naughty Goth. Yes, I was very happy. Quads were a little bit stiff to start with, but then really got into the swing of things, and because Zeus gave us a twin themed pack. Yes, of course, that's probably what that is all about. Yeah, Zeus's new twins. Probably what was happening there. Let me say hello to all. Good evening to Conrad, and JR, Mark and SJ, Stilgar and Matt, Prugs and Fets. Good evening, Shapes Under Run, Pyro Pygmy and BC, Naughty Goth and Jerry, Solomon Dudley and TVP. Hello to AB Me, Vegan Claps and Gamer, to Amy and Kirstuken. Good evening, Turbo, Tails and Lewis and Tiggo and Topper, Lupine and Colin, Silver Electron and Silent Marine, Eons of Ian. Eons of Ian. It's not a name I recognise. Hello, welcome to you. Kegler Coach and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat, you are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us for what promises to be a super fun evening of game night. Congrats, Zeus and twin Zeuslets. That's quite clever. Yes, don't forget you can suggest your raid messages for our raid later on. You can suggest up to 3. Is Andy from Ben's work? I don't know. Of course, it is a bank holiday weekend, so there's a non-zero chance people have gone away. But I'm looking forward to after having quite a busy Saturday, a relatively quiet Sunday, and hopefully even quieter Monday. We seem to have had a lot of bank holidays recently, but there's I think there's no harm in that, certainly. So, this game of Red Herrings comes to us courtesy of the Lupine one. It has been proved by Topper, and I hope you are all ready to play. I'm going to give it once more round the loop, and then we will get on with the quiz, so to speak. How many of you are in? 26 by the looks of it, 39 in the audience. That was sort of fluctuating around the 40 mark at the moment. So, welcome to you all. I hope you're ready to have some super fun quiz action this evening. Yeah, no more till August though now. It's my birthday on a bank holiday. My birthday was bank holiday Monday last year, but I also booked the week off work. I have a feeling my birthday is the Tuesday. I was about to say the bank holiday Monday is the Monday. I meant the bank holiday Monday is the 25th, and then my birthday is Tuesday the 26th. So 2.5/3 dog, 2 3/4 of a day week that week, which would be nice. Plus I got a couple of weeks off before that, which would be nice. Right, I said twice more round the loop, and or once more round the loop, and we've just had it. Yeah, August is closer than it feels it should be. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this time next week it'll basically be June. June will go in a heartbeat because it's a short month, and then it's the summer. July, which is basically August anyway. And then the weather starts getting colder, and then it's Christmas. And then we do it all over again. That's just how the years work when you reach a certain age. Things just sort of go much faster. Anyway, Red Herrings, as written by Lupine and proofed by Top. I hope you're ready to play. And congratulations, Arsenal's are winning the Women's Champions League. Yes, indeed. I don't follow sport ball in any way, shape or form, but congratulations to them. Memorial Day, Juneteenth, 4th of July, Labor Day. Yeah, American holidays are all a bit different, aren't they? You always need to club them all into the summer, but you don't believe in Boxing Day, Mark. You don't believe it exists, is my understanding. It's not a national holiday for you. Anyway, I think we should get on with the game. So, let's play Red Herrings. Round 1 is called In This World, Trophies Fight. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. You get 1 point for each correct answer, and you lose a point for each incorrect answer. Bonus questions may appear. These will be worth 3 points if correct, but will cost you 3 points if incorrect. An extra bonus of 2 points is awarded for a perfect round. So, abstention is a perfectly valid policy in this round. If you're not sure and you don't want to risk it, then you can just sit the question out. Answers, as always, will not be used more than once, but they won't be marked as used on your devices, so you've got to keep a little mental tally of which answers have gone and which answers have not. There's 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, and these will never be the correct answers, okay? So that's about all there is to it. Let's take a look at the answers for In This World, Trophies Fight. Crystal, Ghost, Rodin, Dr. Kawashima, Guile, Mr. Rossetti, Bomberman, Andros, Waluigi, Tingle, Starman, Mother Brain, Dr. Wright, Rathalos, Alucard, and Knuckles and Shapes. Welcome to the game. And yes, you using your work login earlier on. But yes, we're back to Shapes now, which is good. So In This World, Trophies Fight. So said Masahiro Sakurai, as he introduced the story of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But on this board, we'll be discussing another element of Smash introduced in Brawl Assist trophies. Grabbing one of these will summon a random character to fight by your side for a short time, or just be an annoyance. Match the clues to the correct video game character, all of whom have appeared as an assist trophy throughout Smash Bros. History. So a little Sakurai stress at the end. Thank you very much, Scorecard. And welcome to the stream, by the way, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to have you here. Sakurai. It didn't feel right with the stress on the third syllable, but yeah. So a bit of a video game round to start us off. So I'll engage semi-random mode. Well, we'll see how we get on. It's a video game bent to it. Let's see how you get on. Remember, penalties for wrong answers, so abstention is perfectly valid. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Appeared in the SNES version of SimCity and named for that game's creator, first name Will. That would be Dr. Wright. The game creator was Will Wright. So well done if you got that one. On to the next. Bayonetta character that shares his name with the surname of the sculptor of The Thinker. There you go, there's some non-video game trivia for you. So if you like video game trivia, make sure you are here on June the 7th for my annual conflab with Hot 601. That was Rodin, The Thinker sculptor, of course, Auguste Rodin. Well done if you got that. On to the next one. The final boss of Star Fox, appearing as he did in that game in all his polygonal super effects glory. Lewis 41 Seahorse, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well. That would be Andros. Super Effects is the co-processor that rendered the game's 3D graphics. Just FYI. Another one for you. Question 4. One of your quarry in the Monster Hunter series, this assist trophy is so huge it doubles as a boss in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Adventure Mode. Luther versus Andros. They did. Rathalos was the answer to that one. I can't say I've come across that one myself, but so well done if you got that one. Here's a bonus question. +3 if you're right, -3 if you're wrong, so treat it with caution. Here's your next question. Hailing from the Animal Crossing series, his original role of chastising those who don't save their game before quitting was turned down in later games. This is a bonus question. which for some reason I've appended on the end of the question rather than at the beginning. Well done if you got that. Mr. Rossetti is the answer, to make him seem less angry. Also, auto-saving in later games made his role unnecessary. On to the next, Echidna from the Sonic the Hedgehog games, Guardian of the Master Emerald. This is more my level. It's, of course, Knuckles, the Red Echidna. First made an appearance in Sonic 3 and Knuckles in 1994. Certainly in video games. On to the next. A Street Fighter character that attacks with Sonic Booms. Sonic Boom. Ha. I know this one as well. That would be Guile. Guile is the correct answer to that. Well done if you got that one. Here's a second bonus for you. +3 if you're right, -3 if you are wrong. So treat it with caution. Question number 8. His first appearance was in Mario Tennis on the N64, referenced by the fact he attacks with a tennis racket in Smash Bros. Sonic Boom is the best Sonic-themed fight move. The theme to Sonic CD. I don't know. Don't know about that. I don't know it well enough to comment, to be honest. Waluigi is the answer. Most of us getting that one right. Very well played. Another one for you. Earthbound enemy that shares its name with a 1972 David Bowie single. Q singing, probably. I'm a starman waiting in the sky, or something like that. What have you got that? And another. One of the weirdest characters in the Legend of Zelda series, he first appeared in Majora's Mask. First appeared in the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. No. No repeated correct answers, Naughty Guff. Tingle is the correct answer there. Why, have we had a repeat? I don't think we've had a repeated answer. Another bonus question for you. +3 if you're right, -3 if you are wrong. Let's take a look. Not in this game, I don't think. The protagonist of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, his name is his father's name, spelt backward. No. Waluigi's only been the correct answer once. Once an answer's been correct, it won't be used again. Alucard is the correct answer. His father's name is, of course, Dracula. You're looking for a palindrome there. Final question. Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde from Pac-Man collectively. That's the one. Thank you, Mark. Some more Millap. Ghosts. They are all ghosts. That is nice CSC of green on that final question. The Red Herrings, Crystal, Dr. Kawashima, Bomberman, and Mother Brain. And that is the end of round number 1. So I've got some bonuses to give out. Jerry, Matt, and Silver Electron with the perfect round. Glowing up in gold and getting a bonus 2 points for answering all 12 questions, currently taking them up to a score of 20. I did have Lupine did provide me with the notes, but unfortunately they don't get exported because I need to adjust the question model, because at the moment the red herrings are just they're just raw basic strings. They're not a special component. They've got host notes attached to them. So unfortunately they have been I mean, I can open up the notes because it's in that file right there, and I could probably just tell you, couldn't I? Yeah, Bomberman from the Bomberman series, Dr. Kawashima from the Brain Training series, Mother Brain from the Metroid series, and Crystal from the Star Fox series. So there we go. Well done everyone there, especially me. And Topper is all over it. I see there is a, what's that, Anonymous Bat, is that? Anonymous Bat on the spreadsheet, I'm assuming is Topper. Jerry, Matt, and Silver Electron with the perfect round into the lead with 20. Ben, Fetz, and Stilgar with 11 out of 12 on 17. JR on 16. AB, me, Solomon on 15. Cola and Mark, Pyro, and Tigo have 13. Shapes has 12. Eons of Ian has 11. Barry has, and Fluffy and Marcini all have 10. Colin's got 9. Mantissa and Toucan on 8. Flyboy and Amy on 6. Conrad on 5. Prugs on 4. Nebula on 2. And Kegler on -4. But you can't lose any more points from this point onwards. So it's all uphill, or all downhill, all plain sailing from here, Kegler. We'll get you back into the green before you know it. Before we know it, I'm sure. Oh, and it's debugged all of my notes there. I don't need all of the notes because I read them at the time. But there we go. Right, on we go. Round 2. If round 1 was lowbrow, we're going the opposite end now as we go to the Board of Avon. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. In this round, answer faster and you get more points. Answering incorrectly will freeze you out of the following question, so a bit of a double whammy. So you not only don't get points for wrong answers, but you don't get a chance at the following question. Bonus questions may appear. These are going to be worth a flat rate of 5 points if correct. So no timing element, no timed element to those. And I'll give you a bonus 3 points if you get me a perfect round. So if you're thinking about whether you want to answer or not, you can be frozen out of bonus questions, and you can be frozen out on a bonus question. Bonus questions will not be first, last, or consecutive. As before, answers will not be used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. Okay, so we had trophies win fights, or no, what was it called? Trophies, in this world, trophies fight. And we're now going to the Board of Avon. Let's take a look at our options. Hamlet, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Richard II, Julius Caesar, Anthony and Cleopatra, The Merchant of Venice, As You Like It, Much Ado About Nothing, Twelfth Night, Macbeth, The Tempest, Henry V, King Lear, and The Merry Wives of Windsor. It's the Board of Avon. William Shakespeare certainly had a way with words. All you need to do is match the Shakespeare quotes to the plays they come from. There is a range of difficulties in here from what I had a look, but this is much more up my street. Let's see how you'll get on with it. Remember, if you give me a wrong answer, you are frozen out of the following question, but there is no penalty for abstention. There's the rub. Maybe that will be a question. We'll see. It's the Board of Avon. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Starting with this, if music be the food of love, play on. A relatively easy one to start with, I think, but I am a nerd. I think it's easy because I studied this one, so yeah, I know. That's the 12th Night, said by Orsino in Act 1, Scene 1. And straight into a bonus question, so bad luck if you're orange and frozen out of this one. Let's take a look at question number 2. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. If this is a bonus, it's worth 5 points if you give me a correct answer. The next one won't be a bonus. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. That would be from Julius Caesar. Casca says that in Act 1, Scene 2. I'm saying this whole round, says Conrad Alack. On to the next. My salad days when I was green in judgment, cold in blood to say as I said then. My salad days when I was green in judgment, cold in blood to say as I said then, because of course iambic pentameter. Might be anyone to find the answer there. Anthony and Cleopatra is the answer, spoken by Cleopatra in Act 1, Scene 5. Come on, we should get this one. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. The faster you answer, the more points you get. Relatively easy one. Well, we have the lowbrow, now we got the highbrow. It's a game of two halves. That is the Danish play Hamlet, spoken by Marcellus in Act 1, Scene 4. And the next, this royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise. Spoken by John Gaunt in Act 2, Scene 1 of Richard II. Just a run getting that one right. And here is another bonus question for you. 5 points flat rate if you can tell me the correct answer to this. Another relatively easy one. Oh, beware, my lord of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on. I've got to stop saying it's relatively easy, only to say everyone getting it wrong. Shades are on Pyromantis are getting that one. It is, of course, Othello, spoken by Iago to Othello in Act 3, Scene 3. And another. Why then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open. Surely. We're going to have a sausage. There's a little sausage question. Oh no! Pyro's is coming in the nick of time. The Merry Wives of Windsor was the right answer to that one. Here's another bonus question for you. Flat rate of 5 if you can tell me the correct answer to this. This one is easy. What's in a name that which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? Of course, spoken by Juliet in Act 2, Scene 2. It's the Wherefore art thou Romeo bit. Or soliloquy, to give it its technical name. Number 9, Sigh No More, ladies, sigh no more. No, this is not an album by Mumford & Sons. Sigh no more, no more. Mumford & Sons' first album. Another sausage for us. Much ado about nothing is the answer. We found a gap in the community knowledge, and it is William Shakespeare. Another bonus question for you. Flat rate of 5 if you tell me the correct answer to this one. You might know this one. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. There we go. There's a few more squeaks happening there. I suck, therefore I am. That's As You Like It. Pyro, I'm not sure if you got points for that one because it came in out of time. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. Or at the end. On to the next. But love is blind and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that themselves commit. That would be The Merchant of Venice, spoken by Jessica in Act 2, Scene 6. Final question, some of us will be relieved to hear. Out, damned Spot. Out, I say. That's the Scottish play Macbeth, spoken by Lady M in Act 5, Scene 1. The Red Herrings, A Midsummer Night's Dream, The Tempest, Henry V and King Lear, and that is blissfully the end of round 2. No bonuses in that, but AV me coming in. Somebody studied Shakespeare and now it's everybody's problem. I like that one. Even though it goes over the edge of the mesh, that gets a thumbs up from me because I saw it in the chat. Well, that was Shakespeare, and what larks were had by all. Yeah, there are other playwrights that are also available. Relatively easy watching all the red ones. So they're only easy if you know the answer. I know a little bit more about Shakespeare than perhaps I don't know. Perhaps average, maybe. I don't know loads. I know a bit. I like the idea of Shakespeare certainly more than Shakespeare himself. It's just one of those things I think it makes me look clever, like knowing all the chemical symbols in the periodic table. Relatively little practical use other than in pub quizzes. Anyway, Mark's in the lead at the end of that on 37. Barry is in second on 35. I believe that's a run. Fetz and Pyro and Shapes all have 33. Jerry's got 31. Matt's on 30. JR's on 27. Ben and Silver Electron is 25. Colin and Cola on 24. AVB and Fluffy on 23. Ian's of Ian and Mantissa and Tigger on 21. Solomon's on 20. Tukan on 18. Stilgar on 17. Flyboy and Martini improves on 15. Amy on 11. Nebula on 10. Conrad on 5. And Kegler is still on -4. I just had a text message. How exciting. Ooh, that would be useful. Hang on a minute. I might be able to get another audience member. One sec. Talk among yourselves a minute. See. If you're at loose end this evening and want to see what on Saturday evenings, I'm streaming quiz now. I want to play or to watch. So play along. And then I need the link. And I can and give us a wave. There we go. Right. Sorry. So here's my ASMR. No, it wasn't Andy from Ben's work. No, it wasn't. It was there's a dog walking friend of mine. Right. We're going to move on to round number 3. No tingles. No tingles there. Sorry, I was just sending a message. Thank you for your forbearance. Round 3. Round 3 is the colour of buses. The colour of buses. Make Ben mumble randomly. Yes, indeed. Make Ben mumble randomly. Thank you for that. We still got 9 questions in this round. Answer using the options available, and more points for each consecutive correct answer in this one. So 1 for the first, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Give me a wrong answer, it will break your streak and you have to start building up again from 1. If you abstain, you don't get the points, but it preserves your streak. So if you go 1, then 2, then 3, and then abstain, the next correct answer would still be worth 4. No bonus questions this round, but a bonus of 5 points is awarded for a perfect round. So yes, abstention, a perfectly valid policy in this round, especially if you've got a decent streak accumulated already. Answers will not be used more than once, as ever, and there are only 3 red herrings hidden on this grid, which of course will never be correct. Playing red herrings, not golf. Indeed so. So, liveries of buses in the provinces, serial buses. Let's find out and have a look at our options for the colour of buses. Ruby, pink, lime, purple, orange, aqua, claret, bronze, jet black, azure, yellow, and emerald. Those are indeed all colours. And probably of buses. So, in this round, the English town of Reading in Berkshire is well known, or locally at least, for its colour-coded municipal bus network and its equally colourful buses. Here are some of the lines you might see in town. For those who don't live in Reading, which is pretty much everyone other than Topper, I think, we've provided some actual quizzy clues alongside the numbers. These all look very familiar to me. Yes, Topper is a Reading boy. Although I know my mum's at my grandma's at the moment in Reading, so if mum, if you decided to tune in to show grandma what I get up to on a Saturday night, actually, I should probably text my mum and say there's a Reading round on stream at the moment. In fact, let me do that. Mum, there's a Reading themed round on stream right now. Paste. There you go. Right. So my mum might show up at all. So no, Reading not like reading. Yeah, it's spelt like reading, but it's pronounced Reading. So yeah, you get some trivia as well, and you've got to match up the Reading bus route with the colour of its bus, or just answer the question with the colour associated. Hope that all makes sense. Good luck. Have fun. We've had Andy from Pensworth next to his mum from Pensworth. What? Why would you say something like that, Kirsty? I don't want to think about that. Oh my God in heaven. Right. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Starting with this, 17, the colour of the People Eaters that was the Minnesota Vikings defensive line in the late 60s to mid-70s. I'll take his socks off. And that's the bus I took. That would be Purple Eaters, nickname of the defensive line. And another for you. 1/1E. This shade is named for a gemstone derived from wood put under millions of years of pressure. Whitby in Yorkshire is renowned for jewellery made from it. Yes, even I know about the purple bus in Reading. Jet black is the correct answer to that one. BC, I hope you got points for that. It just came in after the time was up. Let's go on to the next question. 28 and 28A. Fennoscandian group that had UK #1s with Barbie Girl, Dr. Jones, and Turn Back Time. No, I know it's not Fennoscandian. It's one of my autocorrect things. Sorry, Scandinavian. It's Aqua, the Danish-Norwegian band Aqua. I'll come to the difference between the two in a minute. 22, 25, and 25A. To cut in an ornamental sawtooth pattern. It might be the new titular eponymous, yeah. And less and fewer. Pink is the answer there. To cut in an ornamental sawtooth pattern is to pink, apparently. And another one. 2 or 2A, a dockless e-bike and scooter company founded in 2017 and headquartered in San Francisco. Yes, pinking shears. That would be lime is the correct answer. Lime green. And Lime the e-bike company as well. Another. Route 11, Lucy Blank, the first women's footballer to be nominated for BBC Sports Personality of the Year. That would be Lucy Bronze. Lucy Bronze, and also the bronze buses of Route 11. Next one, routes 5, 6, and 6A, the colour of the city that the yellow brick road leads to. That would be the Emerald City in The Wizard of Oz. They follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City. Route 10, the Kaiser Chiefs' only UK #1 single. Purple if you're on a streak, blue if you're not. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Da 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 da. Do you? Next one, Route 1314, Jason Blank, former member of Take That. If you cast your mind back to Distinction last week, might give you a bit of a clue. Jason Orange is the correct answer to that one. Jason Orange. And the red herrings on that board, Claret, Azure, and Yellow. And that is the end of round number 3. Bonuses? Yes, very well done to a run with a perfect 9 out of 9, getting 5 bonus points and going into a storming lead with 85. Claret is Route 21, by the way. Yellow is Route 26, and Azure is Route 43. Note here, there is no salmon bus in Reading, for shame.
Shame.
Prey and colour of money reference. Okay. There we go. Lovely stuff. Run has got the lead with 85. Shapes in second with 62. Ben and Pyro have 61. Didn't read that off the sheet, I just know them. Cola's on 60, Fluffy is on 59, JR on 48, Mark's on 47, Matt's got 45, ABMe on 44, Prugs and Tiggo on 43, Silver Electron 41, Fet's on 40, Jerry on 36, Colin on 33, Ian's of Ian on 31, Toucan on 13, Mantis on 27, Amy's got 26, Solomon and Stilgar on 24, Flyboy on 19, Marcini on 17, Conrad 40, Nebula 10, and Kegler has got into positive figures and is on 1. Very well played. Landgreiser Life. Indeed. Thank you, Naughty Goth, for the raid suggestion. So, we've got one more round. Excuse me, a run's got the advantage, but it ain't over till it's over. Let's take a look at the final round. It's a very clever round title. It's called State Capitalism. You need to find the 6 correct answers that fit the criteria. Submit a wrong answer and you'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. First to find all 6 will win 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions will win 5 points fewer than the previous player. Answers will gradually be removed as gameplay progresses, and gameplay will continue until 10 players have found all 6 answers or 90 seconds have expired. Deselect before you reselect. Answers are going to be taken away, at which point you will not be able to select them. You shouldn't be able to submit unless you've selected exactly 6 answers. So, yeah, keep track. This one will show you the taken away answers, and it won't tell you which ones are wrong. It will just tell you how many you got right, or how many you got wrong. I think it's how many you got right. Remember, you're looking for 6 correct answers. In this final round of State Capitalism, let's take a look at our options. Frankfurt, Baton Rouge, Lansing, Albany, Montpellier, Madison, Hartford, Sacramento, Richmond, Denver, Boston, Atlanta, Bismarck, Topeka, Nashville, and Montgomery. Should be relatively straightforward. 90 seconds on the clock. Good luck, have fun, and we are looking for the state capitals of US states that appear in the names of properties on a standard American Monopoly board. Okay. There's a 5 coming from Jerry Harris, and there's our first soul, Kegler Coach, well played. Mark also finding 6, well done. Jerry's now got 6. Baton Rouge is a wrong answer. Remove that from your thought train. Bismarck is also a wrong answer. You can remove that from your thought train. There's another solve. Amy finding all 6. Very well played. 40 seconds to go now. Madison is not a right answer. You can get rid of that from any thinking. Madison is not right. A few more 5s coming in. Flyboy's on 5. Ardenfetz is on 5. Solomon manages to solve for 6. Very well played. Another couple of 5s coming in. Topeka is a wrong answer, as is Boston. Rooting from your thought train. 15 seconds to go. Couple more attempts if you are quick. What was that one? Denver is also a wrong answer. There's another solve from Conrad Lack finding 6. Last 5 seconds. Any more for any more? And that is time up. Well, let's reveal the rest of the red herrings and show the correct answers. Lansing, Sacramento, Atlanta, and Montgomery were also incorrect. Let me look only at... Oh, piss. That doesn't filter by the others. How many solved it? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. 6 players getting a solve in total there. 6 out of a potential 10. So very well done. Yeah, just to go through these. And I've really got to change the model for this so I can debug individual answer host notes. But the correct answer is Montpelier is Vermont, Vermont Avenue, which is light blue. Richmond, the capital of Virginia, Virginia Avenue, which is pink. Nashville, the capital of Tennessee, which is Tennessee Avenue, which is orange. Albany is the capital of New York, New York Avenue, also orange. Frankfort is the capital of Kentucky, Kentucky Avenue, which is red. And Hartford is the capital of Connecticut, Connecticut Avenue, which is light blue. The red herrings are all state capitals, but none of these states appear on the board. So Sacramento, California, Bismarck, North Dakota, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Boston, Massachusetts, Lansing, Michigan, Madison, Wisconsin, Montgomery, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado, and Topeka, Kansas. Interesting note here, a 2025 refresh of Monopoly saw the outdated Oriental Avenue replaced with Rhode Island Avenue, which is light blue. Rhode Island's capital is Providence. Other states not mentioned are Illinois, which has capital Springfield on Illinois Avenue, which is red. Indiana, the capital of which is Indianapolis, on Indiana Avenue, which is also red. Raleigh, the capital of North Carolina, on North Carolina Avenue, which is green. Harrisburg, the capital of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania appears twice, once in Pennsylvania Avenue on green, and once in Pennsylvania Railroad. Very well done if you got any of those at home. I know the second C in Connecticut is silent. I just like to say it anyway because it's fun. Like, only Connecticut. I wasn't sure it was that emphatic anyway. Anyway, stop correcting my speaking. I'll speak however I like. The second C is cut. Yes, it is. Right, that is the end of the game. And the final scores. In third place, winning the bronze medal with 76 is Jerry Ellis. Second place with 85 and winning... Yeah, Carafe. Or Carafe. I still can't remember it. Second place with 85, winning the silver medal is Barry, a.k.a. Arun. But the winner by just 7 points this week, topping the table with 92 and winning that gold medal, it's Mark. Carafe. It just doesn't look like it's carafe. And I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that one, Shapes, because I haven't got the pronunciation in front of me like I did on Thursday. As far as I'm concerned, that's chai, which is the colloquialism for the city in which I live. Chai, short for Chichester. Pew, 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 indeed. Yeah, thank you again for those, Topper. Well, that was a nice, good, fun game. Pronouncing every C. Got to be done. Got to be done. Good fun game of red herrings to get us going. We are going to take a quick break. I'm going to play some adverts, but when we return, we will be playing The Purge. It's been written by Shapes and proofed by me. Very nice looking pack from Shapes, and chock full, as most Shapes packs are, of extra trivia and good quiz nuggets for you all. So I do hope you will stick around and join me for that. That'll be coming up in about 5 minutes' time. If you're subscribed, you'll get some funky music. If not, you'll see some adverts. But don't worry, because we won't start the next game without you, so all will be well. That's it. That's it for Red Herrings. Thank you again to Lupi for the question pack, and thank you very much as well to Topper for proofing it. I'm going to roll some credits. I'll put some bonus pennies in the chat. We'll go for some adverts, and I'll see you for The Purge in about 5 minutes' time. Thank you for playing Red Herrings. I'll see you after the break. Thank you again to Lupine for that pack. And yes, that is pronounced Lowbrow, the University of Lowbrow. My sister graduated from there. Anyway, here's some funk for y'all and some adverts for everyone else. Yes, Worcester is the other one. And yes, Kegler, -4 to 51. That's pretty good going. I'd be happy with that as well. High electrical temperature. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Some bonus pennies coming up. Mark is the champ will be our bonus message. 147 pennies up for grabs if you can type Mark is the champ into the chat in the next 40 seconds. Adverts coming up, and when we return, we will be playing The Purge as written by We Like Shapes. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I do hope you can join me for it. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. How are you all doing? Hope you had a chance to go get some more snacks and get another drink, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, there's another funk play. Oh, it's only a minute long. We'll let this one play out. Yeah, very quickly then. Let's do some continuity. So, no spoilers, because I'm going to go and watch the duel final on the VOD. So please don't tell me in the chat who won, because I haven't had a chance to watch it. I was out of the theatre last night, but I hope it was a suitably fun final. Behave, Lewis. Quiz one. The real winners are the friends we made along the way. But if I've piqued your interest and you don't know what I'm talking about, we went to see the Government Inspector, Colin, at the Festival Theatre, which is sort of a remake of the classic 1830s Russian thing. It was very funny. I mean, it's a farce, but it was very, very funny. Anyway, if I piqued your interest with dual stuff, go and give Ash the Bash a follow. He's going to be here next week on Wednesday with distinct word game beginning with S that isn't Scrabble to warm up. Then Wipeout and Million Duke Drop. And then next Friday, he's got a chill stream. So that could be any number of different things. And of course, Ash and I are doing our big conflab week. Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Yes, quite. Ash and I have our conflab week coming up in June as well. So we'll be doing a number of appearances on each other's channels. That's week beginning the 17th, 16th of June. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the 18th, 19th, 20th and 21st of June. Make sure you tune in for that. As for me, what have we got coming up this week? Well, Thursday brings us Crossfire, Danger Zone and The Abyss. Crossfire has been written by... Oh, me. Cool. So Crossfire by me. Danger Zone by Zeus, I believe. Yes. And The Abyss by Fluffy Bunny. So that's what you've got on Thursday. Crossfire, Danger Zone and The Abyss. And then next Saturday, if you're just here for the weekend stream, 31st of May, we've got quite a thick stream, quite a chunky boy next Saturday. And it's quite interesting because it's the first appearance for 2 games this season that we haven't yet seen. We're starting with Cryptex by 8Minky. We've then got The Escape Artist by Quizzle. And we're wrapping up with probably one of my favourite formats, Risky Business, as written by Stimpson's Angle. So next Saturday, that sounds really fun. Cryptex and The Escape Artist making a return appearance, which means I need to retrofit the operator software to both of them. Escape Artist should be straightforward. Cryptex will be a little trickier, but I'm sure I will find some time to do that this week. And then I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Moneybox needs to be done as well. So yeah, lots of stream to look forward to. That's right here, twitch.tv/royal_flush. I do hope you can come and join us for those Thursday and Saturday, 8 PM BST. Royal and Ash having a conflab. Yes, indeed we are. Clive, welcome to the stream. And I think you have only just arrived now, because you weren't in the last game, I don't think. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're keeping well. That's about it in terms of continuity. I think we should get on. That's good. Glad to hear it. I think we should get on with our Seki 8. It's been written by We Like Shapes. I proved it this afternoon. I think I made all of one change to it, which was in agreement, in accordance with Shapes, just to add an extra alternative. It was it's a superbly written pack. I think it veers a little on the tricky side, particularly towards the second half of the game, but it's supremely well researched and should be really, really good fun. And the Purge is supposed to be a tough game anyway, so I'll see what you guys make of it in the fullness of time. Reminder, you will need the Universal Controller if you'd like to come and play this game, either in the online browser or in one of the standalone versions. Because I've run some adverts, hopefully we won't have any pre-rolls interrupting us midway through, which would be good. So, yeah, if y'all are ready, fingers on your devices, this is not a drill. This is the government-approved 5-minute warning for this stream's annual Purge. That didn't really work, did it? I really should watch that film again at some point. Anyway, let's play the Purge. to the Purge. LNCK is the room code if you would like to come and play. Type it into your device and come and join the game. Clive and ABM immediately joining us on the front row. Welcome, welcome. So I have retrofitted the operator software to this. I started it yesterday after work. I managed to get 2 hours of it done before then going out for dinner and then to the theatre. I came back, I did an hour after the theatre before realising I was tired and probably shouldn't do any more. And then I had parkrun this morning, and then a wedding, and then I finished it off this afternoon. So it was a bit of a rush job to get it in this afternoon, but I think it's all working. But as part of that, that incorporated updating the question writing template. Proves take note for your pack later on in the season. I think I did mention it to you earlier on. And there's a slight change to the question model. Yes, all is well. I did some testing. I think all the debugs are there. There might be one or two things missing, but I don't think there's anything mission critical missing from it, so we should be fine. So it is running out of built software, and if worst comes to worst, I can just press F1 on the graphics to make it progress, so we should be fine. If I feel the urge for the Purge. And Fluffy Bunes, I know you've been here a while, but welcome to the public chat. Suppose I should say that. Anyway, I've got a few raid messages in already. If you'd like to suggest a raid message, we've got a potential raid target of Desert Bus later on. There's a few folks also streaming. So we've got Hardy Way, we've got Nico is DJing, Flars is still doing his subathon. We've got English Ben is on, Supersonic is on. So I've got quite a few options for raids tonight. So. I'll see how the mood takes me towards the end of the stream. War, indeed. Forget Desert Bus, it's all about Reading buses. Welcome to the stream, Sam, so I hope you're keeping well. And Prugs, if we do raid Desert Bus, that may very well be the winner, so we'll have to wait and see where the humour takes me. Can I vote out Samson? Not yet, Arun. Not yet. Wait till the end of the game before you can do that. Reading Bus for home. Like it. Here we go. We're raising our raid message game, which is excellent. Come play the game. Come type the code if you want to play the game. We've got 30 of you in so far, which is a goodly number. Say this pack has been written by We Like Shapes, who, when he completed this, he messaged me saying he was slightly starting to struggle to think of questions. And so we're getting to the point where we've nearly completed quiz, I guess, maybe. But yes, do come on in if you'd like to play. I'll give you another minute or so, and then we will get the game underway. And I'm going to sneeze, I think. This is a game where you need to join at the beginning if you want to take part in it in any meaningful way. There is a behind-the-scenes background game that runs after you've been eliminated. Lots of facts. But we've had nearly all of them now. So It's the sort of game where if you want to play your best off joining at the beginning, you can join in halfway through, but you only get to play in the background game, and your chair stays permanently blue. Prompt on lots, indeed. So I've got my question pack open at the side, but I'm hoping I won't need it. I'm hoping everything is just going to debug, and all of my notes will just be presented to me in all of their 4K glory. I've got a file of facts. First time I've pressed that button. I could have even done. I've got a file of facts.
Well, that's all right then.
Isn't it just? Lots of facts. Citation needed. Nice. Right. That's about a minute. So, I think we're going to get on with the Purge. Been written by Shapes. It's been proofed by me. Lots of facts in this one. File of facts in 4K. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice indeed? Thank you for the suggestion, SJ. If you're ready, there are 30 of you prepared on the verge of a purge. And let's see who will survive tonight. Let's play. Here are the rules. Answer the multiple choice questions. If collectively the group fails to stay under the breakpoint, a purge is triggered in which all incorrect and abstaining players must partake. If the player answers the purge question correctly, they rejoin the game. If not, they are eliminated. Play continues until 20 questions have been answered, 5 purges have taken place, or 5 or fewer players remain, whichever occurs first. Surviving players move on to the final purge. It's as simple as that. It's broadly multiple choice, for which you just need to press the buttons on your device. So, as always, this game is going to start with a tiebreaker. This will be a numerical question. You need to give the answer as a number, and you want to be as close to the answer as you can. In the event we have a tie before the final purge, this will be the second tiebreak metric, the first being total number of correct answers, and then this being the tiebreaker if we need to go that far. So, answer as close to the answer as you can. If you don't give me anything, you'll be given int.max value, which is very big and will almost certainly be the furthest away from the correct answers. So, if you're ready, fingers on devices, we're after a number. Here is the tiebreaker question. A total of how many points were scored in the 30 frames played in the final of the 2025 World Snooker Championship? And that's time. I can tell you the correct answer was 3,039. It was Zhao Zintong who won the match by 18 frames to 12. And oh, hello. What's happening? I'll write what Shape said because it didn't like that. Apparently max.int is a website, don't click that. Yeah, Zhao Zintong won the match 18 frames to 12 and attained 1,720 of those points, with Mark Williams scoring 1,319. TVP was 39 away, he's saying. Not the only one, is all I'll say to that. There were some pretty close guesses. But I'm not going to say any more because one of the bonuses of this game is the anonymity that it provides. We don't know who was right or wrong until we trigger a purge. So, let's go to our first question. The breakpoint starts at 50%. If more than 50% of you are incorrect, it will trigger a purge. If fewer than 50% or exactly 50% are incorrect, then the game will continue. Good luck. Let's take a look at our first question. Options are red, blue. The Dulux paints Sapphire Salute and Nordic Sky are shades of which colour? Time. Oh, and there's an answer coming in from Tiggo after the clock had stopped somehow. You shouldn't still have the options open. You should get a payload come down, Tiggo, when it's possible if you weren't focused on the app, then the payload wouldn't have come in time, or the clock stopped. The clock shouldn't stop; it should run in the background. But yeah, try and keep focus on the device you're using to avoid that. The correct answer was blue. There's also several with lake in their name, and some which are clearly grey. Coincidentally, these are also both Reading bus lines. Oh, is your Wi-Fi on the one? Yeah, actually, if you're sort of phasing in and out, then the payload may have been delayed in going down to your device. But yeah, keeping focus on the device will minimise the risk of that. The correct answer was blue. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Absolutely none of you. Good start. 30 players answered, 30 players correct, and no abstentions there. We avoid the purge and we move on to the next question. We lower the breakpoint to 40%. We're going to lower it by 10% with each successful question. We'll reset it after each purge. Let's take a look at our next question. Options are hydrogen, oxygen. A molecule of water contains more atoms of which element? And that's an answer from everyone. I have 3 Wi-Fis and none like me playing. How rude. How rude of them. Correct answer is hydrogen. 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen, H2O. The number comes after the atom to which it refers. H2 and then O. Hydrogen was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Once again, 30 players answered. 30 players correct, 100% of you getting hydrogen. We move on to the next question. Breakpoint lowered again to 30% now. Let's take a look and see our options for the next question. Helios, Selene. In Greek mythology, who was the god of the sun? dihydrogen monoxide, if you like, Stilgar. Indeed so. Wi-Fi hates the Purge. Does indeed. Let's have a look at the correct answer. It was Helios. Selene was the goddess of the moon, so the sort of antithesis of Helios, if you like. But who was the god of the Daily Express? Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch. No, is the Express one of Murdoch's? Oh, he's the son, is he? He's the son and the Lord. Is it Lord Rothermere? Viscount Rothermere? Is that the Daily Mail? Someone hateful, probably, is the god of the Daily Express. Let's say Hades. Hades. Helios was the right answer. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. 3 questions. 100% answered, 100% correct. We're going to have to start getting some wrong eventually. Will it be on the next question? We'll have to find out. For now, though, 100% of you correct, no abstentions. Let's go on to our next one. Question number 4. Options are bear, bull. Breakpoint is 20%. In economics, which animal characterizes a market where investors are confident? And that's time. The correct answer is a bull market. There are many different potential etymologies. One idea is that bulls point their horns up when charging, and bears, who represent a less confident market, swipe their paws downwards. The Purge Khalifa. Very nice. Bull was the correct answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Breakpoint is 20%. Let's take a look. Start the meter. We avoid again, though not a perfect board that time. 5 players going for bear, but 25 getting the correct answer. 83% managing to find the right answer. So, yeah, 70% incorrect, and it means we avoid that purge. On we go to the next question. Breakpoint is now down to 10%, which means if 4 or more players are incorrect, we will be triggering a purge. Welcome, X-Millie. I think it's EK Smiley, actually, is what that is. IRL friend. Welcome on in. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you for joining us. Next question. Options are Jeopardy, Countdown. A 30-second piece of music called Think is a regular feature of which TV show? Time. The correct answer is Jeopardy. It's the do 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 that one. Countdown's 30-second music that plays during each round doesn't appear to have a title. I would do. The piano's next door at the moment. When I get my next property, which I'm hoping is going to be in the next 3 to 6 months, the piano will be permanently set up in the office. So, yeah, happy days. Correct answer was Jeopardy. How many of you were wrong? Let's find out. Start the meter. Wasn't very high breakpoint. We've only just broken through it, but we have triggered our first purge. 6 players going for Countdown, accounting for 20% of the player pool. 80% were correct, and 24 players going for the correct answer of Jeopardy. But it does mean the 6 incorrect players are going to be in this purge. Full answer required in order to stay in the game. If you get it wrong, you will be eliminated. Let's take a look and see who is in purge number 1. Prudes, Pyro, Tiggo, Fluffy, and Flyboy, and high electrical temperature. You are in the purge. 6 people are in Jeopardy. Indeed they are. So, full answer required. If you're not in this purge, you don't have to answer, but it's still worth channel currency and pennies later on, so you might as well if you want to keep playing in the quiz, but there is no impact on the game. However, for those 6 players highlighted in red, if you give me a wrong answer or if you abstain here, you will be eliminated. Good luck. Here is the question. First seen in commercials in 1973, the Duracell bunny has fur of what colour? point for Tiggo. And that is time. Tiggo, you will be eliminated as a matter of course because you did not give me an answer. 1973, I know, right? It's 15 years older than me. The correct answer was pink. Oh.
What a shame.
What a shame, Tiggo. Sorry to hear that. Sorry about your internet woes. Let's take a look and see who was right. It was everybody other than Tiggo. Unfortunately, Tiggo will be eliminated from the game. But very well done to Pyro and to Prugs, to Fluffy, and to High Electrical Temperature, and to Flyboy, who survived that question and get to rejoin the game. Unfortunately, Tiggo, though, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. We reset the breakpoint back up to what it started, plus an additional 10% for each purge, so the breakpoint is now at 60%. We're going to add one extra option to each of the questions. It's just a coincidence that it's happened after the first purge question, but this question will have 3 options attached to it, and it's going to start to get a little bit harder. 29 players remain. Let's take a look at the options for our next question. France, Croatia, Portugal. Which team was defeated by Argentina in the final of the men's 2020 FIFA World Cup? Time. The correct answer, it was France. Croatia won the 3rd place playoff, where they defeated Morocco, who had beaten Portugal in the quarter-finals. It was Argentina beating the French in the final, and Croatia beat Morocco, who had previously beaten Portugal. Well done if you said France. Breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Avoid it. 34% incorrect, 66% going for the correct answer for France, 6 going for Croatia, 4 for Portugal. Again, no abstentions there. 35%, it's quite a lot for a wrong answer, but enough to stay under that breakpoint. Let's play on. Lowering the breakpoint to 50%, back to where it started. Let's see what the next question brings. Options are Houston, Detroit, Chicago. Everything dope, including the Pope, comes from which city? According to a tweet posted on the 8th of May 2025 by that city's mayor, Brandon Johnson. And that's time. The correct answer was Chicago. It was posted in reaction to Chicago-born Robert Prevost being elected as Pope Leo XIV on that date. Everything dope, including the Pope. Chicago was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Many, just 6 going for Detroit, the other 23 going for the correct answer of Chicago. 79% correct, way under the 50% breakpoint. Well played, let's go on. Lower the breakpoint again, down to 40% now. Still 3 options. Let's take a look at our next set. Bear, otter, alligator. In the Disney game Where's My Water, the central character, Swampy, is what animal? Brad's add to the wave of Pope quiz content. Indeed. Time. The correct answer, Swampy the alligator. Despite being an alligator, he lives in a city sewer and owns a bathtub, to which the player has to direct water by digging earth and pointing pipes. Because of course they do. I mean, why wouldn't they? Alligator was the correct answer. Breakpoint's 40%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Okay, not bad. I wouldn't have had a clue on that. I may have guessed alligator, but yes, 7 players going for otter, nobody going for bear, and 76% getting the right answer. Comes in under our 40% breakpoint. 22 players correct, and you've saved the rest. Very well done. Let's go on. We lower the breakpoint to 30%. Getting a bit closer to the ground now. Let's see what you make of this next question. Still with 3 options. Here they are. Romeo and Juliet. What Shakespeare for you all? Othello. Love's Labour's Lost. Which of these Shakespeare plays is primarily set in Spain? Otters are cute. Time. Breakpoint is 30% at the moment, just to remind you. The correct answer. Love's Labour's Lost. The King of Navarre in the north near the French border and his court are excited at the impending arrival of the Princess of France and her ladies. Romeo and Juliet is of course set in fair Verona in Italy, and Othello is of course the Moor of Venice, also Italy. Is Verona is Italy? I think Verona and Venice are both in Italy. Someone's about to disabuse me of that in the chat. I'm sure Verona's in Italy. 100 kilometers apart. Thank you, Nordic Arthur. Our European man on the ground, as it were. Love's Labour's Lost was the correct answer. Breakpoint's 30%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Okay, a second purge has been triggered. Nobody thinking it was Romeo and Juliet, but 11 players did think it was Othello. Moor of Venice was set in Spain. 16 players getting the correct answer to Love's Labour's Lost. You will not have to take part in this purge, though you are welcome to if you would like. For the 11 players who said Othello, and for the 2 players who abstained, which is how we got up to a 45% break. 45% incorrect mark, 38% with Othello and 7% abstaining. For you 13 players, you are going to have to answer the second purge question to stay in the game. Let's take a look and see who you are. 11 players are about to say, OT, hello to the purge question. Yeah, so we've got AB Me, Solomon Dudley, Still Got Prugs, Vegan Claps and Gamer, Matt, Curse Toucan, Amy, TVP, Fluffy Bunny, Kegler, Flyboy, and High Electrical Temperature. You are all in Purge number 2. You must give me a correct answer to this simple format question. No multiple choice here if you want to stay in the game. You've got 20 seconds to do it. Best of luck to you all. Here is the second Purge question. Used to describe a phrase in one language that does not mean what it looks like in another, what is the literal English translation of the French term faux ami? Faux ami. Time. Used to describe a phrase in one language that does not mean what it looks like in another. What is the literal English translation of the French term faux ami? The correct answer is false friend. We did accept fake friend as an answer, but false friend is the literal translations. Examples from French include actuel, which means current, déception, which means disappointment, and librairie, which means bookshop. Of course, in a library, you can't actually buy books, you can only borrow them. Yes, we accepted false or fake, but we did need the word friend in there. So let's find out who was correct and whose game is over. If your chair has gone red, it means a wrong answer. We've got false person from Solomon Dudley. Ami is definitely friend, so I'm afraid we can't accept that. And Amy going for fake love. That would be amour, would be the French for love. So it would be faux amour, would be fake love. Unfortunately, we can't take that. And no answer from TVP, Fluffy Bunny, and Kegler. I actually haven't got the log, but I don't see an answer coming in from you. So unfortunately, it is going to be the end of your game. Very well done to the players who managed to get that one right and survive that purge. AB Me, Prugs, High Electrical Temperature, Vegan Clapson Gamer, Curse Toucan, Stilgart, Matt the Sprat, and Flyboy. You get to return to the pack. However, unfortunately for Solomon Dudley, Amy, TVP, Fluffy Bunny, and Kegler, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you've been purged. We reset the breakpoint and we add 10%. It is now up to 70%. Reptile wins. Thank you, Stilgar. Love a bit of Mortal Kombat. Fatality. Breakpoint is now 70%. It did say how many players were left, but it's now gone off the screen. I think it's 24. Let's take a look. We've still got 3 options, and let's see what they are. It's typeface. It's script. It's soundtrack. Which aspect of the 2004 You Wouldn't Steal a Car anti-piracy adverts was found in 2025 to have itself potentially been pirated? And that's time. The correct answer. I've just seen your message, EK Smiley. Well, I'm gonna say it right this time. I don't want to dox you on the internet, so I won't use your actual name. But thank you for joining. I'm glad you're having a good time. The correct answer is it's typeface. This I love this, and I didn't know this story passed me by, but you totally steal a typeface. Oh, Ardenfett, yeah, that's bumping to the top of the list for raid messages. Nicely done. Yeah, an extraction of the fonts in one of the campaign's documents found that it used X-Band Rough, which is a pirated version of the licensed FF Confidential, which is, unbelievably hilarious that they nicked the font without permission. You would totally steal a typeface. Yes, you definitely would. Typeface was the correct answer. Breakpoint, what did I say it was? 70%? 70%. Let's take a look and see how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Faux font. Yes, indeed. We've avoided it. 58% getting it right. No abstentions there, which is nice to see. 10 went for its soundtrack. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. No, apparently that wasn't pirated. And there wasn't really a script. I mean, there was sort of words on the screen, but and that has since been parodied to Kingdom Come and back. But yeah, typeface was the answer. 58% getting that one right. Very well played. We avoid that purge and we go on to the next question. Breakpoint lowered to 60%. And we're also going to increase the number of options for each question. There are now 4 options for each question. Let's take a look at them for the next one. Avocados. Bananas. Mangoes. Rhubarb. The largest of its kind in Europe, the Fife's ripening facility in Basingstoke is used for ripening which fruit in preparation for retail? Sorry, I'm just laughing because I saw high electrical temperatures go, you wouldn't download the Holy See. I mean, what? It's just so random. Oh, I love it. The largest of its kind in Europe, the Fife's ripening facility in Basingstoke, just a bus ride from Reading, is used for ripening which fruit in preparation for retail? The correct answer. It's bananas. This car ad is two-faced. Yeah, bananas are 14 pressurized rooms that can store over 2,000 tons of bananas at any one time. But this question is basically just what fruit do Fifes produce? And we can all live without the technical details of how. Have a banana. I love a banana bread. I made 2 banana breads last weekend because I was in the grocer's last Saturday morning, I think. And because I was lamenting the whole Doctor Who thing. I think I probably said last weekend I had I said Doctor Who was in between the FA Cup final and the Eurovision Song Contest, and it's like, if the FA Cup runs late, they can't delay Eurovision, so they're just not going to air Doctor Who. Not that it's going to run late, because obviously City are going to win. And the lady in the grade said, well, I don't know. I said, oh, come on. Palace aren't going to win, are they? And I said, if Palace win, I'll make you a banana bread. So I had to make 2 banana breads last Sunday. One for the grocers and one for myself. But yes, bananas, fish fingers and custard, indeed. Yeah, 2. I ate 1. and gave one away, because that's the sort of person I am. But they did provide the bananas. They said I could have them because they were going to be bad by Monday, and they were closed on the Sunday. So yeah, I got 3 bananas, so I made them a banana bread. The answer was bananas. How many of you were wrong? Breakpoint, I've forgotten what it is. 60% is the breakpoint. How many of you were wrong? It's my banana bread. Come and make a bet with me about the football, Miss Smiley, and we'll and then maybe you could get a banana bread. Let's find out. Start the meter. Welcome to the stream, by the way. It's good. 25% incorrect, 3 going for rhubarb, 1 for mangoes, 2 for avocados. 3/4 of you 18 players give them the correct answer of bananas. No abstentions, which is great. Let's go on. Next question. Breakpoint gets lowered, and now down to 50%. And still 4 options. Let's take a look at them. Lumbar, cervical, thoracic, sacral. Which vertebrae are there the most of in the human spine? Time. The correct answer is thoracic. There are 12 thoracic vertebrae, each of which articulates with one of the ribs. There are 7 cervical or neck and 5 lumbar. For what it's worth, this that sits behind me, that's a lumbar support. So I knew lumbar was lower back. And the 5 segments of the sacrum are fused together into a single bone. The most number of vertebrae are the thoracic vertebrae. What did I say breakpoint was? 50%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Hello. Wow. Unexpected purge. Welcome to Thoracic Park. I like that a lot. Unexpected purge has happened because 14 players went for lumbar. It's possibly the most well known, but it doesn't mean there's the most of them. 6 going for cervical, no one going for sacral, possibly because it's the one fewest people have heard of. 4 people getting thoracic. You will not have to answer this question, but for the blimey, 20 people who got that one wrong, you are fighting for your life. Full answer required to this question. If you get it wrong, you're out of the game. There is a non-zero chance we can trigger the final after this one, because if everyone gets it wrong, then we'll have fewer than 5 players remaining, which will trigger the final purge. But if at least 2 of you get it right, then we will continue with the game. Let's take a look. Who is in purge number 3? Clive, Arun, JR, AB Me, Conradlac, Stilgar, Prugs, Fetz, Pyro, Lupine, Jerry, Vegan Claps and Gamer, Colin, Silver Electron, Matt, Kirstuken, Cola, Topper, BC, and Samster. You are all in the purge. It's probably quick to say who's not in the purge. High Electrical Temperature, Flyboy, Mark, and Nando are not in purge number 4, and they're going to be hoping everyone gets it wrong so that they can get into the purge final. I hope we get to see a few more questions from this pack. Good luck. Full answer required. 20 seconds to get it in. Here is the 3rd purge question. Set to be added to the Olympic program in 2028. What is the 2-word name of the non-contact version of American football? Time. The correct answer is flag football. Rather than tackle the opposition to the ground in regular American football, opposing players must take the flag attached to the player with the ball's belt, which causes play to stop. A bit like capture the flag, if you're familiar with that from Unreal Tournament or similar. A few wrong answers coming in. Aussie rules. Touch football is very close, Colin, but because one of the words was football, I don't think we can accept it. Although curiously, tag football does appear to have been condoned for Fluffy and Nando, but they weren't in the Purge anyway, but that has gotten through the spell checker. But it's not going to have an impact on the game, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Other wrong answers: Aussie rules, touch football, field flag, one of the right words, Fets, but I don't think we can accept that. Touch football, again, a run right ballpark, but we do specifically need the word flag in there. Tag rugby from Silver Electron. I probably could have said that one of the words is football, but there we go. Tag rugby, American rugby, and keep away. All of those are incorrect answers. And just to press the button to reveal who was correct. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I can condone any of those answers, so it does mean it's going to be the end of the game for a run JR, Conradalak, Prugs, Unfets, Vegan Clapson Gamer, Colin, Silver Electron, and Curse Toucan. Very well done to BC, Lupine, ABME, Toppet, Jerry, Samster, Stilgar, Clive, Cola, Matt, and Pyro Pygmy, who all found the correct answer for that and do get to rejoin the game and continue playing it out. We do not have a final Purge yet, because there are still more than 5 players in the game. Unfortunately, though, a run, JR, Conradalak, Prugs, Fets, Vegan Clapson Gamer, Colin, Silver Electron, and Curse Toucan. It is a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you've been purged. And that's half of you gone. 15 players down, 15 players remain after 3 purges. And we reset the breakpoint to 80%. 80%. EK Smiley saying, I'm like an encyclopedia. I wish I could claim all of this knowledge off the bat, but Shapes, who wrote the question pack, has been very kind and provided me with lots of extra information, which I'm just reading off the screen. But thank you. Looking at all my trade secrets here, but thank you all the same. We're going to go back to the game. Breakpoint is 80%. We've still got 4 options per question. Let's go to the next one, take a look at what they are. Third man. Straight hit. Cover point. Silly mid-on. Which of these fielding positions in cricket is behind the batsman's wicket? So I remember cricket is also a sport. No thank you, Flyboy. Stretch your cervicals properly. I will not be thumbs-upping that one, I'm afraid. Flyboy and Lingo, welcome to the stream, both of you. Hope you will. The correct answer is third man. Cricket is also a sport. Yes, it is. Third man. Yeah, third man is near the boundary, about 45 degrees from directly behind the batsman. Straight hit, as the name suggests, is on the boundary in front of the batsman. Cover point is at the boundary slightly forward of the batsman, and silly mid-on is close in front of the batsman, positioned to catch a shot hit back towards the bowler. I used to know those a long time ago, but well done if you got the answer. Let's find out who did not get the answer and find out who was wrong. Breakpoint is 80%. Start the meter. Everyone who's getting that one wrong is going, shit, it's getting close, but we just managed to avoid the purge. 67% were incorrect, no abstentions there. Only 5 players getting the right answer there. 8 going for cover point and 2 for silly mid-on, because of course only 15 players in the game, so 5 players accounts for a third of them. But with a high break point, it means that we do survive with just those 5 players getting it right. I won't tell you who they are, but well done, you've kept everyone else safe. Let's move on. We lower the breakpoint. It's down to 70% now, which will account for 11 players, I think. If 11 players are wrong, it will trigger that breakpoint. Let's take a look at the options. Still 4 of them. Here they are. Adele, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran. The world's 2 best-selling albums of the 2010s were both released by which artist? Sorry, were both releases by which artist? Time. The correct answer was Adele. It is a very good question with some very good options. 21 was the decade's biggest selling album with sales of 30 million. 25 was second, selling 23 million. Swift's 1989 was fourth, 14.7 million. Ed Sheeran's Divide, Shape's like I can't be bothered finding the symbol. It probably wouldn't be in my font family anyway. Was sixth with 13.7 million. And Katy Perry's Teenage Dream was eighth with 11.8 million. But 21 and 25, the two albums by Adele, were number 1 and number 2. Breakpoint is 70%. How many of you got that one wrong? Start the meter. Hello? We triggered it! I said the number 4. 4 players getting that one right. And 11 players getting it wrong. 4 going for Taylor Swift and 6 going for Ed Sheeran. No one going for Katy Perry, but just 4 players going for Adele, but with a 70% breakpoint and 73% incorrect. There was one abstention on that, and if that abstaining person had gone for Adele, we would have avoided the purge. So if you abstained on that question, you might have just caused this purge, and unfortunately you are also going to be in it as an abstaining player. Let's take a look at the 11 players who are going to be in purge number 4. Clive, AB Me, Mark, Stilgar, Pyro, Lupine, Matt, Cola, Flyboy, High Electrical Temperature, and BC. You are in purge number 4. Players avoiding this one are Steak Hat, aka Samster, Nando, Toppity Bop, and Jerry Eris. You may still answer for channel currency, but you are not bound to answer. If only one or no players get this question correct, then we have got a final. If 2 or more get it right, then we continue with the game. Here's the 4th purge question. Full answer required from those 11 players. Good luck. Here it is. The 1913 painting Still Life with Playing Cards is a work by which artist who developed Cubism alongside Pablo Picasso? And that is time. 15 players still in the game, 11 of them in this purge. The correct answer was Georges Braque. Georges Braque painted Still Life with Playing Cards, and a pioneer alongside Picasso of Cubism. Now, if only one got this right, or nobody got this right, we are triggering the final purge right here and now. Let's take a look. How many players were correct? Two of them. The game continues for the 6 players still in. BC and Mark both getting the correct answer. Georges Braque. And Nando in the background game, the only other player to, well, not in the background game, but in the not in the purge, also getting that one right. Manet, Dali, Mondrian, Miro, Rogers, and Give Up. All of those incorrect. It is cutting it very, very fine. But we are down to 6. Very well done, Mark and BC. You get to rejoin Sam, Nando, Topper, and Jerry. But unfortunately for Clive, AB Me, Stilgar and Pyro, Lupine and Mac, Cola, Flyboy, and High Electrical Temperature, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. Started with 30, we're down to just 6. The breakpoint has been reset to 90%, and 6 players remain. So we've got quite a few questions to get through. It's not impossible, we'll get through all of them, but there is one more purge. And next time the purge is triggered, we will be going to the final either way, no matter how many players survive it. But let's see if we do indeed trigger that 5th purge, or if we can get all the way to the end of the 20th question. Let's go on to the next one. Here are your options. French. Romansh. German. Italian. What is the official language of the Swiss city that hosted the 2025 Eurovision Song Contest? And that's time. Correct answer is German. Now, whilst they are all official Swiss languages, Basel was allocated the hosting role for 2025, as the previous two occasions that Switzerland had been host were Lugano, which is Italian-speaking, in 1956, and Lausanne, which is French-speaking, in 1989. This was its first time being hosted in a German-speaking city. The largest arena in the Romansh-speaking canton of Switzerland is too small to act as host. So it defaulted to Basel, which is German-speaking. The breakpoint is 90%, with only 6 players still left in live play. It would require all of you getting it wrong in order to trigger Purge number 5. Let's find out how many of you are wrong. Start the meter. All it needs is one player to be right. And 2 of you were right, so we avoid the Purge. You split the room pretty evenly. 1 going for Italian, 1 for Romansh, 2 for French, 2 getting the correct answer German. You know who you are. Very well done if you got that one. Let's go on to the next question. We're going to lower the breakpoint to 80%. We're also going to increase the number of options per question. There will now be 5 options per question with a breakpoint of 80%. Let's take a look at the options for the next question. Distance, frequency, time, volume, gravity. Shortlisted for the 2025 International Booker Prize, Solveig Ball's novel, in which the protagonist repeatedly experiences the same day, is called On the Calculation of What? And that's time. All 6 players did get an answer in. The correct answer was volume. On the calculation of volume. It's actually on the calculation of volume 1, which I think is probably a pun. 5 parts of a projected 7 now published. In Danish, the English, they're published in Danish. The English translations are up to volume 3. We haven't got to the point where the reviews don't mention Groundhog Day yet. This was conceived a decade earlier, but didn't come out until 2019. I'm saying hopefully at least 2 of us got it right. Breakpoint's 80%. Does it require 1 or does it require 2? Let's find out as we start the meter. Solomon saying it needs 2. Did not get 2. 1 player going for volume. You're going to find out who it was in a minute. And the other 5 all going for frequency. No abstentions there, but it does mean we have triggered the 5th Purge question and the final 4 questions of the main game, because we were up to question 16 of 20. The final 4 will be foregone, because we will be going to the final Purge after this question by hook or by crook. 5 of you need to give me a correct answer, and 1 of you can just answer for the lulz. And that 1 person is Samster, the only player to give us the answer volume. Notably, if BC, Jerry, Nando, Topper and Mark are all incorrect, Samster will win by default, and we will forego the final Purge and the 4 questions associated with that. If at least 1 player gets the correct answer, then we're going to the final Purge, and it will be Samster versus that player, or however many players get this question right. What's a stake at? Who knows? Good luck to you all. Here is the 5th Purge question. Released by composer Anna Meredith in 2018, the record Anno is based around rearrangements of music from which set of 18th century concerti? 5 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer is the Four Seasons. The title is a play on Meredith's first name and the Latin for year. Who was right? Has Samster won by default, or is he going to have to battle in the final? I can't condone eliminated players, JR, either way, unfortunately. I can tell you whether it was condoned, though. It was not, unfortunately. I can't override once you're eliminated because you don't have a podium or a chair anymore. Apologies. Who was right? Three of them. Jerry, Nando, and Mark will be joining Sam in the final. Topper going for No Effing Clue, and BC going for Ring Cycle. The Ring Cycle is an opera series by Wagner from very much the 19th, possibly even the 20th century, but it's very much a series of grand operas rather than concerti. Bad luck. It does mean Sam, Jerry, Nando, and Mark. No tiebreakers required. You are going to be the finalists. We will forego one of the questions in the final and four of the questions from the main game, which isn't bad going from Shapes. Not a badly pitched pack. But it does mean, unfortunately, at this final hurdle after the fifth purge, BC and Topper, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time. I'm afraid you have been purged. It is time for the final purge, and as we can see, our four finalists are Nando, Mark, Jerry, and Samster. I can confirm the scores. Samster and Nando both managed to get 13 correct out of 16. Mark got 12, Jerry got 11. So there is a tie at the top between Samster and Nando, but it was Samster who was closest on the snooker tiebreaker, 51 away, Nando 211 away. So pretty close, both of you. But Samster, you are going to have control of the final when we go in as the high scorer, and it's going to go Samster, Nando, Mark, Jerry is going to be the order. Very well done, you four. We will see you for the final purge in just a minute. Before we go there, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Number on the left is the number of questions you got right. The number on the right is the number of purges you have survived. So you can get a lot of questions right, but go out very early, which is why Fluffy Bunny, for example, has got 10 questions right, but it's quite low down on the leaderboard. So those are the scores. Those do not include purge questions. Those will be shown at the end of the game. But that's the current standing in terms of the main game questions that you got right out of 16. But of course, your pennies will be calculated based on the total number of questions, which will be shown at the end. So, it's a 3-question final. We've just got the 4 finalists tonight. Rather than the traditional 5. It's Samster versus Nando versus Mark versus Jerry. Very best of luck to you all. Let's play the final purge. The quintessential quartet, indeed. Sam, Nando, Mark, Jerry, you are all in the final purge, and I can take this opportunity to take a look at your medal cabinets and see what your history with this game is like. Nando, Mark, and Jerry. I can tell you Sam has won the purge 4 times. Nando has won the purge once. Mark has won the purge 3 times. Jerry is yet to medal in the purge. A couple of other medals in Distinction Gold, Bidding War Silver, Google bronzes in Google that, and Red Herrings, but no medal for Jerry in the purge. So Jerry, I suppose, would be called the underdog. In this one, it's the only one not to medal. Nando with just the 1, looking to add a second, and of course there are no silvers and bronzes in this game, just the 1 medal for the winner. Mark looking to equal Samster's 4, and Samster looking to make it 5. Let's see how the favour will fall after these 3 questions. How this will work for those of you who haven't seen this before. In turn, the players will be shown half a question. Based on that half a question, they need to decide whether to play or pass. There are no multiple choice options. It will just be a single, simple format question. If they play and they get it right, they can pick one of their rivals to eliminate. If they pass to somebody and that person that they pass to gets it wrong, then that person will be eliminated. So a bit of strategy if you think you're not going to know the question, but you also want to target it towards someone who you also think won't know it. If they play and they get it wrong, or they pass, and the person they pass to gets it right, then they eliminate themselves from the game and go grayscale. We keep going until we have got one player left. Word of warning to our 4 finalists, just take note the universal controller layout will not necessarily be the same as the layout on the broadcast graphics. So double check if you're passing, double check who you are passing it to. For the avoidance of doubt, because I think it shows you the player name, Steakhat is Samster. I think everyone else has got a sensible name. I can't actually see. But yes, Steakhat is Samster if you're wanting to pass to Samster. Or indeed eliminate Samster. But Samster, as the leader, you have got the choice of whether you're going to go first in this process or last. So, Sam, you are leading the main game. Would you like to play first or last? Steakhat is going into this first. I'm going to take on the first question and take their fate in their own hands. Whether it's play or pass remains to be determined. Good luck. Let's take a look at half a question for you, Samster. Based on this half, decide to either play or pass to one of your opponents. Here is half a question for you. Having previously represented Russia, it's being passed almost immediately to Jerry. So Jerry, an opportunity now to knock Samster out of the game if you can get this one right and get one step closer to your first Purge medal. However, if you get this one wrong, you will be out yourself. Mark and Nando, they're going to get to survive to see the next question. Jerry, here is that question in full and 20 seconds to give me an answer. Good luck. And by the way, all other finalists, you can also answer for pennies, even though it's not your question. So just answer as you normally would. But Jerry, definitely do give me an answer. Here's that question in full. Good luck. Having previously represented Russia, Daria Kasatkina made her first appearance playing tennis for which country in April 2025? Time. I can tell you that Samster got this question wrong, so if he'd played it, he would have been out. I can also say that Nando and Mark also got this question wrong, so Sam, if you passed to either one of them, they would be out. But Jerry gave me the answer. Ukraine, which is not correct. It was Australia. As with all tennis players from Russia and Belarus, she had played with no national identification since shortly after the conflict with Ukraine. She chose to transfer to Australia as a consequence of her opposition to that war, as well as Russia's treatment of the LGBTQ+ community. Australia was the correct answer, not Ukraine. Mark also going for Ukraine, Nando going for Kazakhstan, Samster going for Canada. Did anyone in the background game get this one right? Yes, Curse Toucan and AB Me, the only 2 players in the background game to get this one right. Very well done there. Unfortunately, though, it's a good pass from Samster. Jerry, it's the wrong answer, and you've been purged. Control now passes to Nando, and then there were 3, so we are going to have a repeat medalist tonight. Jerry is not going to add their first Purge medal here. Nando, you've got control. Based on half a question, are you going to play it or pass it? And if you're going to pass it, who are you passing it to? Half a question for you, Nando. Take a look. Despite not containing alcohol, Nando choosing to play this question. Only 75% on this question. Welcome on in, my dude. And Nando, I know you've been here all game, but welcome to the public chat. Debug what finalists decided and who they eliminate in Final Purge. Just making a note for myself to add another debug in. Which actually, that's the first note I've made on the Purge, which, considering I finished it half an hour before stream started, I'm quite happy with. Okay, Nando, you're taking this on. If you get this right, you can choose to eliminate either Sam or Mark. If you get it wrong, you're out the game. Good luck. Here is that question in full. The question about the Pope, I see. Very good. Nando, that question in full. Here we go. Despite not containing alcohol, what is the English name of the Thai dish Pad Ki Mao? And that is time. Quite a few in the background game getting this one right. Stilgar, JR, Clive, Fluffy, Ardenfetz, all getting this one correct. Nando chose to play this one himself. Mark didn't give us an answer, so it would have been wrong. Samster gave me a wrong answer. What did Nando say? And what was the answer? Drunken Noodles, or Thai Drunken Noodles. Nando go for it. Not a clue. GG's all. Again, none of our finalists getting that one right. Not to be confused with Drunken Chicken, which is a Chinese dish marinated in wine. Very well done to the players in the background game who managed to get Thai Drunken or Drunkard Noodles. But unfortunately, Nando, you should have passed that one. And I'm afraid it's the end of your game. Well played, but it's the wrong answer at the wrong time, and you've been purged. And then there were two. Mark and Sam. And Mark, you have got control. You can either play this one, or you can pass this one. The choice is yours. Here is half a question. Good luck. What is the difference in value? Mark is playing this question, so Sam, so there is nothing you can do. Give me a mo. I just need to check my data file because I made a tweak to this. This is one of the questions I tweaked. For reasons that I hope will become clear in just a minute, you need to answer this one in a specific way because otherwise it ran the risk of condoning incorrect answers. So I'm just going to check the data and see if I put any alts in this. It doesn't look like I did. So, in order to just be safe for everyone, particularly background game, because I can override Mark's answer, or because Mark is playing this one, either way, answer only as a number. No words, no symbols, because of course it's talking about a value, so it might be talking about a currency. Only give me the number. Okay? Anything else runs the risk of being wrong. Good luck, Mark. You are taking this question on yourself. Let's see what it brings. 20 seconds. Answer as a number only. What is the difference in value between the US banknotes that bear the images of Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Jackson? And that's time. It's rather fallen into your wheelhouse a little bit there, Mark, hasn't it? I can tell you that Sam also got this one right. Number of everyone answering with a number, which is good to see, but not everyone getting it right. Sam did get this one right. So did you. The answer is 15. $15. Lincoln is on the $5 bill and Jackson is on the 20. Oh, Sam, you could have made it 5. Alas, it's not to be. Mark is going to equal your score of 4. And Mark doing the double tonight, winning both in Red Herrings and the Purge. It's a great answer. $15 was the final answer there. And Mark, one more duty to perform. You have to tell me who you're going to eliminate. It won't end the game until you do. Sorry, Sam. He's only got one button he can press at this point. It is Sam who gets the chop because the person who passes the sentence must swing the sword. That is the rule of this game, even though there's only one player. Mark still has to press that button. Sam, you have the unexpected twist at the end. We did say Sam won in the original software where, was it Lucario possibly, who chose to eliminate themselves after getting the last question right? And it wasn't codified that they couldn't do that. And so I had to let it slide, and they ended up forfeiting the game because they eliminated themselves. That is no longer an option that's since been codified. Anyway, Mark choosing to eliminate Sam. Sam, good game, runner-up, but no medal on this occasion. Thank you for playing, but you have been purged. We started at 30, we dropped 1, we then dropped another few, we got down to 15, then 6, then 4, and finally won. Very many congratulations to Mark doing the double tonight. You have survived the Purge. Good game, everybody, and very well played to Mark on pulling the double off this evening. Great, very many thanks to Shapes. What a lovely pack. And I love reading and hosting Shapes packs because Shapes always puts in so much extra information. And it used to be a bit of a chore to have to read extra information from anyone's packs because it was in a different window, and now it all just comes directly into the software for me, and I can just read it without having to go around multiple monitors. It just makes it so much easier, and I think it makes it smoother. It makes a smoother experience, a more visually pleasing experience. So great questions, and actually didn't play as hard as I thought it would, if I'm being honest, Shapes. I thought it would play a lot harder. And you've got 4 questions from the main game that you can recycle for something else in the future, and one of your final questions, so we did get to see all 5 of your Purge questions. But great job. Thank you very much, as always, for your efforts. Let's take a look at the final leaderboard. And we can see Mark getting 18 questions correct out of the total questions that were asked. Sam also picking up 18, only surviving 8 purges rather than 9, because every question in the final is functionally a purge. Anyone getting more than 18 or matching 18? Doesn't look like it. Arun managing to get 15, Toucan 15 as well. That's about the closest. We've got Nando, of course, 17. Jerry and AB, me and Clive also 15. Ralph on 16 there. Fluffy getting 14. So good job, everyone. Those will be converted into pennies. It should be showing you on your devices now how many pennies that you will get as the payout when the credits roll in just a minute. That's going to be it. Relatively short stream tonight because I started on time and I kept things snappy. But at 10:15, that is going to be the end of it. I'm going to go and watch Doctor Who. Which will be lovely, but not before we picked a raid message and a raid target, so do stick around for that if you would not mind. That'd be great. And I'll come to the camera to wrap up and do the continuity at the end. No Spacey 4 game. Got to crack on. Got to crack on. More stuff coming later in the week. When I get Spacey 4 game built, then maybe. But I'm trying to keep everything running out of the software apart from Hacker at the moment, out of the operator. So all good. That's going to be it. Thank you again to Shapes. I hope you enjoyed his questions, and very many congratulations to Mark. You have survived the Purge. Well done, Mark. Doing the double tonight. The night is all yours. Very many congratulations. A final set of bonus pennies. Mark does the double. Now, 55. Some consolation pennies at the end of the night. Clive currently top of the leaderboard, 35,003 pennies this season. ABME currently in second, 29,293. And JR currently in third, 27,299. Those are live and up to the minute, apart from these 55 that everyone is just claiming now. So grab those pennies. I'll update the leaderboard. Clive's been top of the leaderboard all season, thanks to his formidable performance in the charity stream back in March, before I went on my brief hiatus. Just looking ahead at the next couple of streams that we've got. Thursday, 29th of May, like I said, Crossfire. That's been written by me, and that'll be the first time with Crossfire in the built software, I think. Danger Zone by Zeus and The Abyss by Fluffy, I think I said. And then next Saturday, if you're just here at the weekend, we've got Cryptex by Ape. We've got The Escape Artist by Quizzle and Risky Business by Stimpson's Angle, I think are the writers that I said. Don't forget, in the interim, we have got Ash the Bash, who is going to be here on Wednesday for Wipeout and Doot Drop, and with the Chill stream as well next Friday. Wednesday's probably 2 hours. Oh, yes. Oh, of course, yes, he's doing a special wheel spin thing, isn't he? Yeah, it's going to be a wheel spin exclusive. So, yeah, schedule change. He's not updated it on the graphic, but I do remember him posting that in his Discord. So, yeah, wheel spin special. Wheel spin Wednesday. Oh, brilliant. Wheel Spin Wednesday with Ash on Wednesday. Chill Stream's probably Blood on the Clock Tower, so a bit of social deduction if people fancy that. Don't forget, I'm also going to give a shout out to HUD601 just ahead of our conflab on the 7th of June for raising money for Bristol Pride. It's our 5th collab that we do every June. We do it every year, and this will be our 5th one. So stuff happening on my channel and on his, so do go give him a follow as well. I've got a lot of people online tonight that we could go and raid. Nico is DJing, and I love a DJ stream. That is probably what will go on in the background while I do the close down. Flage is still doing his on Subathon day 6. Hardy Way we raided on Thursday. We've also got Desert Bus who are still going. 1,700 viewers. Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. They are raising money for the BC Cancer Foundation, so that does feel like a good raid target. Recommendation from JBJR. Sorry, JB's also streaming, so there's another option there. So I think we are going to go and raid Desert Bus, because it's for a good cause and was recommended by JR. So make sure you pop in and you say the raid message to them, and then I'm going to go put some music on while I do my pack down, and then get off. Bonus pennies, though, are going out to Twin Zeuslets for Kegler Coach. Somebody studied Shakespeare and now it's everybody's problem to AB me. Royal and Ash having a conflab, I like that. Lots of fact citation needed for JR. You totally steal a tight face. I think that probably would have won were we raiding anyone else. So points to Ardenfett. Welcome to Thoracic Park. I really like that. Cricket is also a sport. Can have some bonus pennies. The banana bus goes to the desert. I'm not going to condone that one because our raid message is actually going to be from Prugs. Forget Desert Bus, it's all about Reading buses. That's going to be our raid message to Desert Bus. I'm sure they'll ask what that is all about. But let's go into the channel because they're raising money for a great cause. And we will say that, and Prues gets 100 bonus pennies. 50 bonus pennies for the consolation raid messages there as well. And that's going to be it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the stream this evening. It's been lovely to see you all. And I hope you've had fun. Thank you very much once again to our question writers, to Zeus for Plinko, to Shapes for the Purge, to Lupi for Red Herrings, to Topper as well, who did the proofing of Red Herrings. Very grateful to you all. Thank you to everyone who works behind the scenes to make these things work. I'm going to be back on Thursday with even more quiz, and I do hope you can join me there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your bank holiday if you've got a bank holiday this weekend. Enjoy your half term if you're in the education sector and you get another week off. And as always, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And until Thursday next week, you've been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. Until then, take care. Peace out. And good night.
Offers what you want.